I think that we have finally figured out my health issues. You guys, my body has been poisoned for a very long time. So today's workout is a 2-hour ruck. 2-hour ruck. I've got a 45-pound backpack on. Coach said preferably on a trail. So we'll see how this goes. My socks are already not cooperating, which is great because you don't need socks. Blisters are good. What's nice about this is that we get to get out in nature. I haven't been on trails in a long time since I was a mountain biker, since I used to mountain bike. So this should be fun, it should be good. It's our first hill, here we go. Trying out these new Hoka trail shoes, waterproof trail shoes for running. I needed them for what we're doing on February 22nd in the freezing cold. Something that sometimes goes through my mind when I'm doing things like this, I know a lot of people can relate, is why am I doing this? This is so boring. I could so easily just go home and do an interesting workout. You know, I could go do something that stimulates me, gives me that instant gratification of, I got this done. I did it, it was hard. But I think that a lot of us think that way because we think that inherently exciting, interesting, hard in terms of like crushing yourself or even in life, right? Exciting and interesting is more productive or for some reason better, but it's not always. That just stimulates you. It just makes you feel good for the moment. That doesn't necessarily mean that what you did is good or productive. And that's why I really like these long workouts that test me mentally, where I'm not super engaged, I'm excited to go, but like, it's not necessarily interesting to me, not necessarily what I'd like to be doing. I'd like to be doing CrossFit Metcons or even running a long distance. So all that to say, sometimes guys, you gotta put yourself in the position where you're doing things that are hard mentally in the sense that they're not as stimulating, you're not getting as much instant gratification out of it, but long term, it's gonna do you well. Because I know that doing this and the ability to do this when I'm not that interested is gonna translate to what I'm doing on February 22nd. The long term is the goal. Stopped at the truck, paused the watch because I wanna do the full 2 hours. I'm not skimping shit. Took the hoodie off, grabbed some water, and now we're back on it. We've only got like, I think 25 minutes left, something like that. So this honestly flew by. It's been nice to be in nature again. I used to come to this trail every freaking day, once or twice a day, like years ago. We have officially finished the ruck. We're gonna take this thing off. Oh. Did you hear that? We went to a place called Blue Collar Coffee in Delafield. Our normal drink order, I don't really go to coffee shops anymore, but our normal, unless I'm out of town, then it's like my brewery. I just go to coffee shops. But anyway, normal order, triple shot, extra hot latte, heavy cream instead of milk, and maple syrup as a sweetener. Try it, trust me. I realize that I only ever wear this hat in content now. I never wear any of my other hats. And I also never use this lens. It's like, it's a wide angle, but it's still pretty close up. So anyway, we're on our way to the naturopath to go get some test results, to get the test results. I took some tests a couple weeks ago. It was in a video. We're gonna go figure out what the hell is wrong with me and why my body's so inflamed and why I can't stop getting injured and all this stuff. Yep. Okay. I see a lot of green. Is that a good thing? No.
I kind of ignore the color on this one. I feel like these results are pretty wild because I feel like this is like part of your story.
I think that we have finally figured out my health issues. Finally, you guys, I went to the naturopath. We did the organic acid test. We did the mycotoxin test. We're doing one more test, but I think that finally we have some answers for why, when my chronic illness has been gone for years, why I am starting to flare up in different ways. If you're new here, my name is Justin. I've had POTS syndrome for 7 years. I've had chronic health symptoms and issues basically my entire life. It's led me into this path of being super passionate about health, wellness, and fitness, not just in terms of like being fit and being a bodybuilder, CrossFitter, all these different things, but actual health and wellness. I have dealt with a lot of different practitioners. I've gone to people to help me specifically just with methylation that do the Abram-Hoffer method. I've gone to a genetic specialist who looked at my gene mutations to tell me what supplements are ideal, what lifestyle things are ideal due to my genetic mutations. However, the fact is that a lot of it didn't work that well. And there was one point in my life where I can remember being like super healthy, and that was a few years ago. No pains, blah, 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 blah. All this kind of started 2 years ago, or a year and a half ago about. I got a really bad neck injury, root nerve injury. And before that, I didn't really realize it, but I was dealing with different injuries that I just thought was overtraining and overuse. Turns out it's probably not, because after my neck injury, I healed it and did PT and moved on, was able to get back to normal stuff. I injured it again. And since that, I PT'd, I rehabbed it, all this stuff. I've been getting nagging injuries ever since, and it's just not normal. I have inflammation all over my body. I can feel it. I'm not losing weight the same way that I used to, even though I'm in a deficit and I'm super active. All this led me down the road of figuring out metabolic flexibility, cellular health, mitochondrial function, what is really at the pit of all these issues, which is actually really cool that it's all coming out to light now in the public sphere as well. Cellular health, right? Mitochondrial health, mitochondrial dysfunction. And so I finally think that we have it figured out. You guys, my body has been poisoned with mold for a very long time, and high levels of mold. I have very high levels of mold, and I am definitely the first person to be like, because I deal with a lot of chronically ill people as clients. I'm always like, mold, no. Fibromyalgia, no. Lyme, no. Because a lot of these practitioners don't do the necessary testing. And when I went into this, I was like, I need to have all the tests, the right tests in order to do this, in order to buy the chelators or the binders and stuff like that. I have high levels of mold. I have some stuff too with this organic acids test that I can't really explain to you guys in this video, but a lot of this stuff is finally answering a lot of questions that I have. My inability to produce ketones explains why I feel so good on ketones. My inability to produce malates and my glutathione dysfunction and things of these nature. This would explain why glutathione was like a miracle supplement for me a long time, and molybdenum, things like that. All this to say that all the specialists that I work with did the right things. However, because my body was constantly getting bombarded with a toxin for years over and over and over again, my cells and my liver and all this stuff was constantly working on fighting basically an infection for years that none of the other stuff could really work how it was supposed to. I think that we finally have some answers. This would explain a lot of stuff, the organic acid results and the mycotoxin results. So I am super pumped about this. I've already started the detox process. I've started all the supplements that I'm supposed to be on, which I'm really excited with this woman that I'm working with, because her goal is to just have me on maintenance and not have to buy a bunch of supplements. And to be honest with you, the protocol that she has me on, not super expensive. I'm on I think 4 supplements via her, maybe 5. And then on top of that, she told me to continue working out, to eat a healthy lifestyle, or to eat a healthy diet, and to sauna 3 times a week. So anyway, guys, I'm going to do more on this in a different video, but I just wanted to update you guys. We're going to definitely be talking about this stuff more in depth later on. I hope that you did enjoy this video. If you did, please hit that like button. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. We finally have some answers, man, and I'm so happy about it. I'm ready to be thriving. Peace out. Goodbye.